Hola amigos, and welcome back to another Bring a Blanket live writing and productivity sprint session. I do have to admit I haven't got a blanket yet today because it is pretty warm here, and yeah, it's just not cold enough to need one, but I'm sure that after I've been sitting here for a while working, I will need one. If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Emma Bennet. I'm a UK-based writer and I write contemporary romance. I typically do these sprint sessions 3 or 4 times a week. We go for roughly 3 hours and we use the Pomodoro method, so 25-minute sprints with a few minutes break in between. That is not set in stone, so if you'd rather a different length of sprint, please let me know in the chat and I will see what I can do to accommodate you. Today I'm going to be working on some edits. It's a developmental edit that I'm doing for another author. So I've got quite a bit to do on that. So I am going to try to stay focused. I am feeling so tired today, though. I don't know whether it's my hay fever playing up or what, but honestly, I could just go and lie down and sleep for these 3 hours. I swear. That sounds like a very good thing. Anyway, so if you are here, let me know in the chat, introduce yourself, let me know what you're working on. The lovely RC is here. Hello, RC. SD made friends with the like button. SD is sprinting over on her channel at the moment. I will sort out a link to that in the first sprint and pop it in the chat for you if you like to do some stream hopping. And Joanne is here. Hi, Joanne. How's your manuscript going? And Lara is here saying hi, PMSing really hard, but here I am. Yay. I'm going to try to write 500 words. Awesome. Awesome. You can do this. I hope that you have comforting warm beverages and ideally chocolate, if that's your thing. It's definitely my thing. Okay, so let's get this timer up using these cute little kitties again that SD made for me. And yeah, like I say, I will pop a link to her stream in the comments during this first sprint if anybody wants to do some stream hopping. Okay, let's get started then without any further delay. 3, 2, 1, let's sprint. Muted. Hiya, guys. How did that first sprint go for you? Thank you so much for letting me know that my mic had managed to turn itself back on. That was a fun moment. Okay, let's have a look and see who is here. The chat has been busy. Where were we? Oh yeah, talking about the mic being on. Laura said if there are any rude noises, you could have blamed the dog. And hello, Laura, by the way. I haven't said hello to you yet today. How are you? What's going on? The awesome Panda, who has man flu, is here saying, hey, fellow humans. It's lovely to have you here. And I do hope you're feeling at least a little bit better. Delara said, my husband is going to go to the UK this weekend. What bookstore do you suggest in London, Emma? I want him to bring me a book. So I was suggesting that he go to the Charing Cross Road because there's a really lovely selection of bookshops there. My favorite bookshop when I lived in London was a Waterstones, which was right by my university, and they had a fantastic secondhand section in there where I got some really cool books. So I love that one, and a coffee shop as well. Who doesn't love a coffee shop? Panda is feeling violent today, slapping things around. Rachel popped in, Stream Hoppers United with Shannon. Delara was saying that she's not able to go because she was not able to get a visa. So that's really, really annoying and very, very unfair for you when he gets to go. I call Panda a snot monster. And Esty was saying, ew, and leaving germs behind. Yeah. So I was going to disinfect my like button. And superb use of, what do you call them? What do you call them? Little things. Superb use of them from Delara. I can't think of the word. Panda is spreading man flu as far and wide as he can. I'm helping you build your immune system. Yeah, no. And he's Panda picked it up from kids. Isn't that always the way? They're like little germ monsters. They really are. But he's planning to give it back, so it's all good. And Captain Pinard dropped in. Hello. The saying watcher. Delara has 282 words already. That's brilliant. More than halfway there. Well done. Panda, I was just spamming the chat. Wonder if that counts towards my word count. You should be resting up if you're not well. You should be on the sofa with a blanket and a cup of tea, and you should be watching some, I don't know, like a series or something. Dreaming Truth is here. Hello. Guys, did you all know that Dreaming Truth has started her AuthorTube channel? Her first video went live yesterday. I will try to find it in the next sprint and leave a link, or if somebody else has the link and can pop it in the chat. Dreaming Truth, if you want to do it yourself, so that everybody can check it out. If you weren't there for, we'll call it the premiere during Panda's stream last night. So very excited about that. And Heather is here, popping in to say hi. Hiya. Margaret says, you couldn't be a spammer if you didn't have a spanner. Oh, so cool. You're just so cool. Margaret says, go to Hatcher's in Piccadilly. Good suggestion. Basically, he just needs to spend his whole trip going to different bookshops for you and taking pictures and buying you books. Rachel says, I now have some paragraphs and an outline ready for the next article for an outdoor advice website. Very cool. Oh, thank you. Panda is being so helpful. Panda is more helpful when he's ill. Discuss. It's awesome. Can you hear my washing machine singing to itself? It plays this stupid song whenever it finishes a load. It's so annoying because I feel like I paid extra for that when I don't want it. It's annoying. Anyway. Betty is here. She says, hi, I'm going to read a bit. Hope everyone is doing well. If you haven't checked out Betty's channel as well, make sure that you do. her book reviews are really, really great. She's incredibly honest and a really tough critic, which I love. She's not one of these book reviewers that just says that she loves everything. She's a toughie. Margaret says, I basically did a bookshop tour last time I was in London. It was glorious. I bet it was. And Lara says, yes, he needs to. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Linny says, my washer makes the same song. Oh, we washer song twins. I'm so happy. I like it. I like it more now. LG machine. I think it isn't. I'll go and check. I'm fairly sure it is an LG machine. The song is better than the bus. It just goes on for so long. It's so annoying. You know, and I really feel like I paid extra for all these stupid little things that it has, like the song that I don't need. Anyway, hello, Isabel. I don't think you've been in my streams before. Obviously, if you have been here before, you needed my washing machine to bring you out of your shell. What do you write and what are you working on now? Or are you reading? What are you doing? Margaret says, my washing is going, but it's too old to play a song. It just stops thumping. Yeah, I know. It really moves around the utility room as well, though, this one. We got it just before Christmas when our old one died. And it's absolutely bonkers. My son was just saying, like, Mom, the washing machine's like flinging itself around the room. I was like, yeah, it does that. Isabel hates the buzz of a current machine. Ugh. I don't need anything. It can just stop. It's fine, you know? Oh, let's all just take a minute to look at Auntie trying to be young. Sup? Oh, bless you. Yeah. Dreaming Truth says, thankfully, my washer and dryer are in the garage on the other end of the house. But if the door is open, I can hear the dryer all the way in my bedroom. Oh. When my 3 eldest were really little, we lived in a house that had the washing machine and the dryer down in the basement, and you had to go outside the house and go down these steps to go into the basement and to use it. So it was really quite annoying, especially when you've got 3 little kids making a lot of washing. Anyway, so, and we used to use reusable nappies. This is such a gross story, but it's also really funny. And we used to use reusable nappies. So if you haven't used them before, you take like the inside of it and you soak it in a bucket with like this special disinfectant stuff for like a day or something. And then you put them in the washing machine. So it was quite late at night and it was like dark. And I think it was cold. And I think I was pregnant with our 4th. And so my husband offered to take the nappies down and go and put them in the washing machine for me. But he had quite a bushy beard at that point. He was going through a beardy phase. Anyway, so he went out to the back door and he tripped on the step with this bucket of pooey nappies. And his face went right in it. It was brilliant. That was one of the best moments of my marriage ever. That's a good story. That's a good story for you guys. Yes, Panda is sick and we're feeling very sorry for him. Laura says that hers has R2D2 beeps. But buzzes are quick and you might miss them. Yeah, we used to have R2D2 beeps. I like the R2D2 beeps. And Isabel is new. Hooray! And writes, High Heat Contemporary. Cool. Working on 2 different stories. One, a romantic suspense. Awesome. It's lovely to have you here. And other, a second chance MMF. That sounds like it could get complicated. Panda says, I got the flu, but as I mail, it's called man flu. It's not really man flu. He's genuinely ill. But Panda's doing that thing where he like puts himself down again. You're being very brave. Trying to be young, yeah. Sorry, Panda. Betty said, my old washing machine died too, and I got a new one. I'm currently figuring out the delayed start. I'm one of these people that I don't read the manual. I'm literally just like, turn it, press things. Let's see. Emma's so cold, that's SmackDown. Margaret, Emma, do I look that old? I know how old you are. No, it's a whole new world. Yeah, they just get more complicated. We don't need them to be that complicated. Might need to look at some cosmetic makeup kit to adjust my appearance in the future. Yeah, ew, yeah, that was with my story. Best moments of marriage when they trip and land in some doo-doo. Yeah. It was honestly just thinking about it now. It was just, and the fact that he was so bearded as well just made it all the funnier. I need brain bleach. People saying hi. Betty said, Sister Margaret, yep, mine worked for 13 years and the digital features are hard to navigate and I can't just throw everything in. Ugh. Oh, Jocelyn is here. Hi, Jocelyn. How are you? What you doing? What you up to? I need to get into another sprint. And Heather says, my writing desk is covered with art stuff. Wondering if I should bother cleaning it off before my stream. No, don't bother. My youngest is very, very, very good at art. Really, really good. But he has art stuff everywhere. It's unbelievable. Like if you leave a space uncovered in this house, he will fill it with art stuff. Windowsills. There's even a cupboard in the kitchen that he's managed to take a shelf in somehow for his art stuff. It is literally everywhere. Arty people cannot be contained. Betty says we have cheap electricity from midnight to 7 a.m. So I'm doing most of my washing then. And if I can set it and don't have to get up, it would be great. That would be really, really handy. Yeah, we don't have cheaper times here. And Justin is doing good. Cool. Okay, let's get into a second sprint because I feel that this is what we're here for after all. And I think I might be ready for my blanket actually. Yeah. Oh, and Jessica has popped in. Hi, Jessica. How's your dog? Is he feeling better today? Right. Okay. Let's get all productive again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, guys, how did that second one go for you? Was it a good one? My son came back and we had a snack and discussed the snack. And I made tea in my favorite guinea pig mug. And I took coffee up to my husband and I did some chatting in the chat and I did a bit of editing. So that was cool. Oh, I've just seen just now, Delara has said, reached 555. Well done. I'm going to go and rest. Thank you, Emma. Good sprinting, everyone. Well done. That is absolutely brilliant. Fantastic work. And done super quickly as well. Amazing. Right. Now, there was a lot of chat. Where were we in the chat? Where were we in the chat? We were talking about pandas and whether they have pinkies. Right, here we go. Jessica came in just before we were going in, and we were talking about washing machines. Eva popped in, the lovely Just Eva, who has started putting shorts on her channel now, so make sure you go and check them out if you haven't already. And she said to Panda, she said that Panda says, I'm a better host than Shannon. Panda. And Margaret was saying to Betty she likes the topic of the latest video. Is that the one about books, that authors that she won't read anymore, even though they're really popular? I think that might have been the last one. Yeah, so Eva decided to come and see if I was a better host, which clearly I'm not. Panda causing trouble, as usual. Margaret, oh yes, it was the one about the authors she doesn't read. And Margaret said, I agree with all your hashtag authors except Sarah Jane, isn't it? Sarah Jane Mass. The first 4 I read of hers were pretty different, but I'm definitely done reading after 4. I'm on the 3rd one of the Court of Thorns and Roses series. I'm really enjoying it, but it was the 2nd one because of the romance in that like really, really got me. I'm enjoying the 3rd one, but the 2nd one I could not put down at all. Panda says YouTube doesn't let me stream more than one. It stops the other one for some reason. So what I tend to do though is I'll have one on my phone and one on my laptop is what I do, which I suggested. Down below, Joanne is doing some technical writing work. And Betty says, I might have gotten already shadow banned because I post whenever I have time. So there's no schedule and I don't filter my words either. I don't know if there is shadow banning, but there's definitely, it's weird that some channels get pushed and some channels don't. So apparently pandas don't have pinkies. They barely have a thumb. They do have an opposable something, thumb or finger to hold bamboo with though. And you guys do know that when pandas have to move from like country to country or region to region that are far apart, they go on planes and they sit in the plane in a proper seat holding a piece of bamboo. It's literally the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. Margaret says, that's not a shadow ban, that's just being ignored. Believe me, I know the feeling, even with consistent 2 times a week videos. That sucks. Right, I asked about Jessica's dog because he wasn't very well yesterday. And she was saying, thank you for asking. My dog is somewhat better as far as his anxiety goes, but it's getting close to his time and we're just trying to keep him comfortable. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And Andy said to Betty, YouTube is funny. I'm subscribed to people, then I'm not so weird. Yeah, that's just because you unsubscribe to me all the time because you hope to get rid of me, but I find you. I'll always find you. And Eva says to Panda, yeah, only 1 view per account per moment. So even having up only results in 1 view, really. Just shared prorated viewing time from what I understand. Oh, okay. Let's try and get through some more of these. Otherwise, we're never, ever going to get to a sprint. Oh, yeah, that was sweet. Eva said she'd done 1 sprint with Shannon and now she was coming to do 1 with me, which I thought was very lovely. Margaret's cat is watching things that she cannot see. And Panda suggested she had visitors from other realms. Well, I know she's eaten all of her cake, so that's no good. Offer her pie. Oh yeah, has anybody seen the new Ant-Man film? Because none of my kids will watch it with me. They've just been too disappointed by Marvel in the last couple of years. They basically won't watch anything Marvel now. Except Spider-Man. I think they'll still watch Spider-Man. And Andy's halfway through it and turned it off, which I don't know. I couldn't do that. And Betty's letting everybody know that she's on Instagram under the same handle, so that's cool. Yeah, and Panda has good discipline apparently for turning off the film. No, man, got to stick with it. Got to stick with it. Especially if it's only 9:30, dude. Really. Margaret is working on a thumbnail. Angela came in. And she's doing well. And she will also turn off the computer in the middle of a movie at 9:30. Oh my goodness. But I have never had early school drop-offs. So I appreciate it. I've never actually had to consistently get somewhere early in the morning. So Margaret's thumbnail is going to be pretty dang goofy. Nice. Isabel has done around 800 words. That is awesome. Is that over the 2 sprints? I'm guessing. And Eva is through page 19 of the edit. Awesome. And on page 4 of notes, I always have so much to say. You really never. And Panda is saying, I find editing the tougher part of the author biz. Yeah, I definitely prefer just the writing bit. Eva says, editing is my favorite part of things. This isn't my only piece, though, which is even more fun to edit. Oh, yeah, I'm happy to do developmental edits on anybody else's stuff. It's just my stuff that I don't want to. Margaret says, it's called a false thumb. I bought receipts from Berkeley, Emma. Laura is searching for Panda on playing videos now. Yeah, they just sit there like really politely eating their bamboo. It's just amazing. And baby pandas are the best because they like roll everywhere. Because pandas don't run, they roll. And Eva's leaving us. I'm going to take a bit of a break from the screen and hop over to Twitch where Nia is and sprint there for a bit. I'm not a Twitcher, but have fun. Isabel said, just the one. I have a detailed outline from the night before. I pre-outlined the night before so my brain can work on the scenes overnight. That is brilliant. Well done. And obviously working really, really well, really, really well for you, because that is a fantastic number of words to write in that time. Okay, cool. Guys, let's get into our 3rd sprint for the day then. Let's keep this energy going, people. Okay, let's be all productive and awesome again in 3 and 2 and 1. Let's go. how did that one go for you guys? I'm properly into this editing now, so it's going a little faster. I don't know about you, but whenever I start doing something like this, it always takes me like a little while to get into it. Let's see where we were. Pandas on planes. We did that. Betty said, I've read one story and went to play with my dog. Yay for doggos. Panda left us. And Margaret left us. And Betty is saying SJM was one of the biggest disappointments this year because of the hype with the new covers and all. And I gave up about 40-something% of Akatar. It was just lukewarm and I didn't care for it. The first one I really enjoyed, but I wasn't completely crazy for. And I think the problem was that, well, I don't want to give anything away if people haven't read it, but it was like the romance didn't ring true, but there's a reason for that. And it was the second one that really, really got me. Like I really enjoyed the first one and I kept reading and I think it was a good book, but it was the second one that absolutely had me. And Isabel had to fly as well, but Anne arrived. Anne is here and it's a holiday in Germany. So she just got up at 5 p.m. which sounds very, very civilized, which she was reading in bed. Oh, so nice. And she was feeling sorry for me with my hay fever. I'm just hoping that it's just hay fever. Everyone left us. No, the best people stayed. We weeded the other ones out. Don't worry. Oh, opinions. Yay. Okay, let's see. Right, book one was a 3 out of 5 for me. Yeah, I agree. With about 150 pages more than needed. I agree. Book 2 was great. 5 out of 5. Yes. Yes, The Cabin. Am I right? And book 3 tempered off to a 4 out of 5. And that's where the series should have ended. Fair enough, because there are loads of them. But my library, well, the 2 libraries that I play off against each other, they only have 1 to 3. So if I want to carry on, then I'm going to need to shell out the big bucks because they're expensive. But yeah, like it seems to me that they could definitely end at the end of this book. I think I'm like a third of the way through. Or are they building up to is she building up to a big battle? I don't know. I'm loving it, I have to say. And I like to see more of the sisters. That's kind of cool. The Cabin. Oh my God, I love him so much. I really, really just do. And says, oh, are those libraries in a fight they know nothing about? Yeah, I just play them off against each other. The library that we have in our town, so basically we have like 2 counties and they're close to each other. So I'm joined to the county that we live in and then the county next to it as well. And the one that's actually in our town is only open 2 days a week, Mondays and Thursdays. And when a book comes in for you, like on a Thursday, so it must arrive during the hours that the library's open. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to take the delivery, okay? Because the library's completely closed up. So it arrives. And then for some reason, I get the notification always that it's arrived on the Friday when they're not going to be open again until the Monday. And if it's a bank holiday, like it has been recently, then it's not for... Sorry, that's our door. Then it's not for another 3 days after that you can go and pick up your book. It's ridiculous. Anne says, after book 3, there's a novella, which is kind of useless. And then we switch POV to a different sister. So I'm here for it. Just make it a spin-off series instead. Oh, how interesting. Elaine's annoying me at the moment in this one. She's being like really pathetic. How rude of them, you have to wait for a week. Yeah, and they always say that things are available and then you ask for them to come to this library and they never do. So I use the other library in the other county, which is amazing and huge and awesome. And it has all the librarians that we used to know from when we lived in that county. It used to be in a different building. They've moved to a new building, but a lot of the old librarians are still there. So it's lovely. They've known me for absolutely years and years, and I get treated like royalty, and it's fantastic there. It really is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, they seriously don't understand the need for the books that we request. It's like we're not just doing it because we thought it would be fun. We need to read these books. Am I right? Exactly. Okay, right. So we have got time, it looks like, for 2 more sprints today. I think I've timed this a bit better today because yesterday it got a bit squished in. I got a bit overexcited trying to fit in an extra sprint and it got squished in. So this has worked out better today. So let's go in. I know I shouldn't be stressing Anne out. I know she's more about the chat than the sprints, and then she'll just sprint for like 10 minutes and get 800 words or something stupid. Anyway, but for the rest of us normal human beings, we're going to do 25 minutes in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hiya, how did that one go? I'm just working away, doing my best. Right, how are we all doing? What are we all working on now? Let's see if I can find where we were at in the chat. Yeah, so Anne and I were chatting about A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm hoping that we didn't give any spoilers away. If anybody is yet to read the series and wants to, apologies if we did. I think we were just enjoying having a nice little chat about our favorite characters. And I very generously said that Anne could have Asriel or Cassian. And she said, why not and I said I'd forgotten how much energy you youngsters have. And I was saying that Martin called me rubbish over in the Discord chat, which I thought was really mean. But apparently Anne believes I had it coming, which I clearly didn't. And I was not making fun of Martin in Andy's stream in any way, shape, or form. I may have said bloody Martin, but that's his name, and I'm sticking by that. There's a lot of nonsense between Anne and I here. Yeah, and usually I say lovely Martin, but he was being annoying because he wouldn't come and play. Anne says, I had mac and cheese and a mini cake. Oh, that sounds like an awesome breakfast stroke lunch stroke dinner. And now I want to read A Court of Silver Flames. Yeah, I feel you doesn't sound like you've had very many vegetables or fruits there. So did you have some salad with your mac and cheese, or maybe some green beans or something? And you probably need a piece of fruit as well. Okay. I think that would be a good idea. There we go. That was a fun chat. Thank you, Anne. I enjoyed that. So yeah, so what I think, so the book I'm editing is 316 pages and I'm on 75 now. So, and I have been working on it a lot. But that's okay. Hopefully it is going a bit quicker now. I think always when I'm doing a developmental edit, the beginning of the book takes longer because it's when obviously like the characters are being set up and like their background and the setting and everything like that. So there were a lot of comments that I was making there. So it's going faster now, thankfully. Anne says I will have a salad and an apple later today. Thanks, Mum. No problem. You calling me Mum though, that does mean that RC is your brother because I'm his YouTube mum. So if I'm going to be your YouTube mum as well, then he's your brother. So I don't know how you feel about that. He might be quite an annoying brother, in fairness. You know, all the darkness and intensity. I don't know how you feel about that. And says, oh, good job. When do you want to finish this edit by? I have to finish it by the end of Saturday. So I've still got a lot to do, but I'm going to do some more this evening. Not only for the author, but also because I have my own edits, which I still haven't finished for my publishers. And I really wanted to get those done this weekend, but I've got filming to do as well. I'm excited about my video that's coming out tomorrow. It is like the story of how my self-published books became traditionally published. And I'm really looking forward to that one coming out. That is going to be very, very cool. So yeah, if anybody, it's going to be out at midday British Standard Time, but I'd really appreciate if anybody wants to share it or anything like that, because it's been one that's been asked for a few times. So I'm really excited that I finally managed to do it. And says, absolutely, will I not have yet another brother? Thank you. Oh, I don't have any brothers. I've only got one sister. But my sons have lots of brothers. And Anne says, oh, how do you balance your own versus other people's edits? I don't at the moment, to be honest. I don't. I've only been doing like this much editing since like the beginning of the year, like January, that I started doing it properly. Whereas before it would literally just be if there was somebody that I knew who wanted me to do the developmental edit for them. Or I also am a reader for the Romantic Novelists Association, but that's not as big as a developmental edit. That's just kind of, it's almost like a beta read. You go through it and you're pointing out what you like about it, as well as the things that need changing. So I've done that for a few years as well. So yeah, I am struggling to fit it all in actually, but like it's fine. I only take on jobs that I know that I have the time to do. This one is actually for a friend, so I wanted to make sure that I did it, even though I had my own stuff. But actually, I didn't even know that my own edits were going to come back. I wasn't sure when they were going to arrive, and there's this like slightly annoying thing that I need to really work on throughout the narrative that I'm struggling with. I've done all the basic stuff, the easy stuff. I've just got the hard stuff left. Yeah, but I figured I'll take a few days away from my own edits, and then I'll be able to work out what I need to do with them, have a clearer idea, so it will take me less time. So yeah, that is the plan for this weekend. Fingers crossed that I get this developmental edit done. I will. Speaking of which, I will go into another sprint now, so that I can get back to it before I kind of lose where I am. And then, I was thinking I was feeling hungry. Only one more sprint and then I get to make my supper. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Anne said, slightly annoying thing. Yeah, I agree that distance does help. Yeah, definitely. Okay, right. Final sprint. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm working you hard today, Anne. Just eat another meal or something. Do some reading. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sorry, forgot to unmute. That's the end of our final sprint for today. Yeah, it's, what am I on now? Let's see what page I'm on now. What did I manage to do in between removing my dog from the kitchen sink? I'm on page 82. So can't remember what I was on before. So I think I got like 20 pages done, maybe something like that of this edit. So still not going the quickest, but definitely faster than it was before, I guess. Where are we? Yeah, okay, let's have a look and see in the chat what you guys have been up to. I was asking Anne what holiday it is for her in Germany today. And it's Ascension Day, which I didn't know that was today. And also Father's Day, which seems peculiar because Father's Day, I thought, would always be on a Sunday, like everywhere. And I thought that it was the same everywhere because obviously Father's Day started a lot later than Mother's Day, and so I thought that it was just the same date everywhere. But there you go. You learn something new every day. And Joanne was asking how Anne was. Joanne, how did your technical writing go today? And Anne was asking when Mother's Day is. Yeah, because Father's Day is June the 18th this year. And Mother's Day was back in March in the UK. And Ty popped in to say hi. Hello, Ty. Thank you. You're an absolute sweetheart. You've been popping into my sprints lots recently, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And so Mother's Day was May the 14th in Germany. So that was the same as the US and Canada and Australia and everything, wasn't it? Like this past weekend. But I was saying that my boys always forget that they've done Mother's Day, and they always go, oh, I'd forgotten it's Mother's Day this Sunday, when they hear somebody saying that it is like an American person. So I reckon I could definitely get away with 2 Mother's Days every year if I wanted to. ML said it's almost over, but saying hi anyway. Hope everyone has a good rest of the day. Thank you, ML. How's your manuscript coming if you're still here? And Anne says, thank you for the stream. 0 productivity, but lots of fun and chat for me. Sure, but it's a holiday. That's cool. You know, you don't have to get lots done. Yeah, it was a little over 20 pages, so it feels like it should be coming faster now, but we'll see. Inka says, hello. I just popped in to say hello and boot the like button. Thank you so much, Inka. How are you today? And Joanne is doing pretty well, she says to Anne, and finished eating brunch. Now I'm about to work on Project Sugar and Spice Core. How's it coming now? Because I know that you have been quite unhappy and dealing with troublesome bits and stuff with this draft. And 811 words written yesterday. Very cool. Are you adding in new scenes? Or are those just generally kind of more description and things like that going in? I want to know. I'm really looking forward to getting back to my own edits at the weekend, because I don't know, it kind of feels like it's hanging over me now because I've had them for like a week and haven't been able to deal with this actual problem with them. So, you know, I've been thinking about it and stuff, and that's cool, but it will be nice to actually get back to it and be able to do it and tick it off my list. I think that will definitely feel like a big thing. And yeah, like I say, hopefully I can get that done at the weekend, and then next week I will be able to do my finally finish going through my beta reader comments for my book Center Stage, which has had to be put aside. ML says I'm going to try to fill it chapters 25 and 26 before going to the ending of my novel. Very cool. And Inka says, all good here. Hope you all have a great weekend. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I will finish a little bit early today as it isn't time to do another sprint and I'm starving. I'm going to get started on supper. My boys have all gone kayaking now. And when they get back, they will be absolutely ravenous. So I want to make sure that I've got food on the table for them before things turn nasty. Thank you so much for joining me today and kind of keeping me accountable, getting my stuff done. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow, so that's 3 p.m. British Standard Time. So it would be lovely to see you again then if you want to get some more writing, editing, whatever done with me. Yeah, so hopefully I will see some of you then, and have an awesome rest of your day. Bye for now.